What's going on, everybody? We're here in Key Largo, Florida, and we pulled out the Freeman 42. We pulled her out to do a little bottom work tour, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're here in Key Largo, Catamaran Boat Yard. My good buddy Sam owns Catamaran Boat Yard. And by the way, guys, if you have a need to pull a boat out, need some work done, some bottom paint done, some gel work done, you have a big boat, be sure to look up Catamaran Boat Yard, Key Largo. They have one of the largest lifts in Florida that they can pull the boat out with. They also have a boat ramp here on property, so they've got all your bases covered. So what we've done, we put this boat in the hoist last night, and we pulled this thing out of the water, and we put it on jack stands, and we're gonna apply bottom paint to this. And when I say bottom paint, it's not your traditional bottom paint, guys. I've been thinking, like, I wish someone made a clear bottom paint. So I did some research, and I came across a company, NASCO Worldwide, that makes a product called Hullmax. And Hullmax is a clear bottom paint, okay? And it's not like your traditional bottom paints. We're gonna get Ron to talk all about the differences with it, but right now they're sanding it, they're getting it ready to put the product on, and they're sanding all that, prepping the surface, and we're gonna apply that. It's gonna take about a day and a half to get that on there. One of the advantages to Hullmax from what we're seeing is increased speed and increased fuel economy, and that's important because with your traditional bottom paints, guys, typically you decrease your value of your boat slightly a bit, and you also lose some speed and efficiency. So if we can at least hold flat on our speed and efficiency or gain, that's a plus in my book. But we'll get Ron to talk all about what Hullmax is and exactly how we're going to do it. Pretty cool little place to be in here, right here. It's like the echo room. So yeah, we've taped it here. We've looked at where the water line is, and we're going to apply the product from here down, which is going to be pretty cool, of course, on the bottom as well. All right, Ron, we got the boat up on stands. It looks pretty cool to me. I've never had it on stands. We've only had it on the trailer, but you know, we've taped off some of the boat. Now, tell me and tell the viewers again exactly what Hullmax is.
Typically with bottom paint, it's you would take this down to you'd sand with $120.
Yeah.
You'd put a barrier coat, then you'd put your bottom paint on. And what happens when you do that? You add a tremendous amount of drag to this boat. People would say that you also devalue your boat.
Correct. I've heard that. I know that for a fact. Devalue the boat and lose speed and efficiency.
Right. So what we've done is we've created a clear barrier coat. It's a foul release coating, so if you're running the boat, everything will just come off.
Yep.
Or with light hand pressure, you can put a lobster mitt on, or you can and you can just wipe everything off. The
one thing that is the most beneficial is, like, I own this boat, so I'm trying to make the best decision I can for my boat, my investment. Number one is I don't feel like I'm gonna lose value of the boat. I feel like it increases the value. I hope I'm gonna increase speed and efficiency, which I should.
That's right.
And at the very least, stay flat. I won't lose.
That's right.
At the very least, I'll stay flat, but I think I'll gain. And if I can gain and all those other things, to me, it pays for itself. It's a no-brainer to me. It's gonna make the boat look good. My graphics are still gonna pop through the clear.
That's right.
And it's really good. So I'm excited about the process. Cannot wait to see this go on and then test the numbers here when we get it all done. Yeah, awesome, man. Thank you, Ron. All right, so everything's taped off. You've cleaned the surface here, which is man, this thing looks great, really. But you've gotten all the, any imperfections off.
Absolutely.
And now Paul is applying. What is that? Is that the primer?
Yeah, that's our primer right there, and that's a clear primer. So what Paul's doing is watch this. So essentially, the yield rate's really high. So with this, you're essentially just making this. You're making kind of like a little zigzag right there, like an M or a W.
Really?
And then watch, and Paul's just going to overlap by 50%.
No kidding.
Up and down.
That's amazing. So you know, like when you think of primer, when I think of primer, I think of like a big roller, bunch of paint.
Exactly.
And this is just...
So look at far the yield rate is, how far this is going right there. So,
correct.
So this little 2-ounce bottle will yield the same as one of the quarts yield right here.
To speak of how pretty a boat is without bottom paint, with your traditional bottom paint. Like I'm looking at this boat right now, how beautiful it is on the stands. You look at the side profile of the boat. I have my wrap, right?
Yeah.
And with bottom paint, you would have to cut that wrap up.
That's right.
And have a big giant solid piece of whatever.
That's right.
And with the Hullmax being clear, I still keep the beauty of my boat and have the protection needed.
That's right. And then something we haven't even talked about, if you agree with the premise, as a lot of people do, that you devalue your boat. A lot of people say 10%, even if you say 5%, this is a several $100,000 boat.
Yes.
So look at, you get protection and you haven't devalued your boat as well.
Yeah.
And you've increased efficiency as well.
I personally feel, this is my opinion, I personally feel, just doing the research that I've done, talking to people that have used the product, that my value is going to increase of this boat. That's what I feel.
And I lay this down right here, so I'm gonna lay it like this. So watch, I'm rolling it down like this. And I want to. The important thing is overlap by 50%.
It's just cool because it's just clear. Like my brain still is like, first time, seeing it in person, it's kind of blown away, really. All right, guys, so, again, with traditional bottom paint, right now you would have a big giant line of whatever solid color it is. And again, one of the advantages to the clear is obviously you keep the beauty of your boat. So the beauty is still in this beast right here. By having that clear, we're able to go right over top of the wrap, which is a question a lot of people have been asking. And of course, it's clear, so it keeps all the integrity of the colors and everything intact. So we're going to finish up doing this, and then we are going to strap this dude back up and get it in the water. So we're going to test it, and we know the numbers from the beginning of the video. I know my fuel mileage as well, so we're going to give this thing a really good test here. We just got to let this cure for a little bit. It's got to cure for probably 24 hours, maybe a little longer. We're going to get the boat in the water and see what we hit. All right, so we got the boat in the water, guys. Sam at Catamaran Boat Yard, thank you so much for doing that. That lift's pretty amazing. So again, guys, if you have to do any hauling out in the Keys, come up to Key Largo, Catamaran Boat Yard. I'll take care of all your stuff. But look, there were several boxes that I wanted to check with this. One is how easy was it to apply, right? Is it a big process? So far, I think it was a really easy process. They put one coat on. It wasn't a real tedious thing. So big thumbs up on that. Number two, how does it look? To me, obviously, we just got the boat in the water, so there's no growth on it, but it looks really good. I had to like really look. I can't see where it's applied. Like it literally is invisible. So that's good. And number three, the biggest thing with bottom paint, guys, traditional bottom paint, is that you're going to usually lose 4 or 5 miles an hour, and you're going to lose fuel economy. So when we started this process, look, if we can stay flat, which is kind of what we're hoping for, if we can at least stay flat or even gain just a hair, that's a win in our books right there. So we can have low maintenance, it can look good, it's going to increase the speed, or at least hold us flat on the speed and economy, and it's going to be easier to clean. So proof's in the pudding, so let's see what this thing will do. All right, here we go. We're going to trim everything down. Basically, we pulled this boat out a few days ago, and exact same time of the day, we pulled the boat out at 5:30. It's 30 minutes later, similar conditions. We're going to get this thing up on plane and see what she'll do. We hit top speed when we put it in the water. We could barely we got 65 and change basically. So we're gonna see what we can do now. That right there, guys, is a win in my books. We did not lose any speed, and so many times with bottom paint, you're gonna lose 4 to 5 miles an hour. You're gonna lose economy. We did not do that. We stayed flat on our numbers, which is a win in my books. So the bottom paint looks good. It was easy to apply. We didn't lose any of our numbers, and we're gonna do better on our maintenance for sure. So hats off to NASCO Worldwide, the Hullmax product. So glad I got it on the boat. And I'm so glad we tested it. I mean, that's what it's about. So guys, if you want some more information about this amazing product, be sure to check the link in the description down below, and get a hold of Ronnie and those guys, and they will hook you up and get you all situated on what you need to know as far as price and applying the product and all that good stuff. So that was good. We did it, guys. We got the boat done, and guess what we're going to be doing tomorrow? We're going to be going fishing for some big swordfish tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to pull off something pretty special out there in the big water. But hey, that's what I wanted to do, guys. I wanted to show you this cool product, and I think it's revolutionary. Everybody's been asking for clear bottom paint. There you go. Thank you, guys. We'll see you. Boom!